citizens. I know it's been a while since my last Ramble vlog. However, I did release a VGFP last week. That means something, right? Right. But yes, been super busy with work as always. Same old story, same old story. But work has come to a close. Not like an indefinite close, but the majorist event for Oculus Connect. You know, probably the majorist event for all VR in this realm happened last week. Oh, you also noticed a green screen behind me, which is different. So I'm trying new things on my channel, on this channel. So yes, Oculus Connect was last week. It is our huge virtual reality conference where we show everything that we've been working on, everything that we're going to be working on, and sort of like it's a great event to go to see where VR is at and where it's headed as well. I highly recommend, if you have 2 hours or an hour, or press fast forward to make it go by faster, the keynote for Oculus Connect, which is like our, before E3 where Ubisoft's keynote, we have one as well, and it's about 2 hours long, and we again just sort of throw out everything that we've been working on, and it is really, really, really awesome stuff. If you are not in tune with the VR industry, I am sorry, but you better play catch up sooner or later, because virtual reality, it's just a fact. It's going to take over everything on this planet, everything in this world, sooner or later. You cannot escape it. You may merely buy your time before you get gobbled up by all of the VR goodness. So, there's that. So I highly recommend tuning into the keynote, watching it on YouTube. Again, you can fast forward it if you want. Also at Oculus Connect 4, there was the very first VR Challenger League official tournament for Echo Arena. And Echo Arena is, I believe I've talked about it before, it's the zero gravity Ender's Game. If you've read the book or seen the movie, it's like the zero gravity training space that is like configured in multiple different ways for different kinds of training scenarios, and it's usually 2 teams up against each other. This is 3-on-3. It's like zero gravity ultimate frisbee, or oh man, it's a shame you can't use your feet, but you can turn in every it's space, so you can turn every dimension. You can climb on the walls. You throw yourself off of a surface, and you'll continue going until you stop or someone stops you. You do have sort of wrist boosters where you can control your trajectory, but it's like Blitzball. I'll use a video game reference. It's like freaking zero-G Blitzball. Instead of water, it's nothing. It's just an absence of stuff. And so it was incredibly fun and awesome to watch the finals for the... No, I actually think these were finals, and then another tournament's going to happen in March of next year. And so you should have seen our stage, man, or our screen that we were using. It was incredible. If you want to see people compete in VR on a professional level, it is so entertaining and awesome to watch. Again, way cooler than just like... Okay, I'm sorry. They don't make that. The professional PC gamers don't make that face, but it's almost as bad. It's like emotionless, and so it's just like the raw emotion that's conveyed through virtual reality, because you actually have to move your entire body in order to achieve what you wish. Is a lot more alluring and appealing, from my perspective, in my eyes. And we also, for the keynote, what was released is something called Oculus Worlds, which is, imagine you put on your virtual reality headset, regardless of whether or not you're into virtual reality. This should appeal to you, and you have this space that you can just customize to be yours. You can put in games, you can put in like wallpaper, statues. If you get an achievement, there's a physical representation of it, and you can put it on your virtual shelf or even on your ceiling upside down, staring at you every time you wake up in your virtual environment. I mean, it's up to you whether or not you go to sleep there. But so you have this like living space, and you can put it in space, so the entire outside is space, or you could put it in this like pirate dock. It's just the power of infinite customization in your space. And in the trailer, it showed some guy in like he was in his highly customized home space, and the outside was space, and there's just like brilliant sun in front of him, and he shot this golden arrow into the sun. I don't really know what that represents or what that means, but the visual is incredible, and the fact that you can shoot a bow in your own home is awesome too, and you can do like skeet shooting. You can do, oh my goodness, it's got its own physics system. It's going to be great. On top of that, just to continue on this, with the VR momentum, Arctica 1 was launched during OC4 as well, and Arctica 1 is done by 4A Games. They did Metro 2033. They did all of the Metro games, so they're known for like this much darker, grittier, harder kind style of gameplay, and I played through the first few levels of that. I work for Oculus. I've actually played that game for a while now. I haven't had the chance to play a significant chunk of it, but it is probably the best looking game in VR yet. Lone Echo / Echo Arena is up there as well. I think those two might be tied for the best looking VR games that I've seen. Damn it! Also, Robo Recall is also a really good VR game. But anyway, so it's kind of the same style as Metro 2033. Honestly, just picture that in VR in a more snowy environment. I do wish it was harder. Something about VR games that I've noticed is that unless it's like wave-based games, which they can make really hard, really easy, they've just been, they're kind of easy. But maybe that just shows how badass us humans are. Metro... For being a developer who's known for the difficulty and immersion of their games, Arctica 1, there's no ammo, so you have an infinite amount of ammo is what I mean by that. So you're not constantly like, oh man, I better save my shots. You're just unloading on everything and anything and just reloading infinitely. It's like Time Crisis. Do you get infinite reloads in Time Crisis? I just use that analogy ignorantly, but anyway, so yeah, it was. Can't wait to get. I need to make sure that I'm recording still. Don't look at my dirty wall, God. Yeah, I need to clean it up. But anyway, so yeah, it was really, really a lot of good stuff in the virtual reality space right now, and it's only getting better from the keynote. And just my own knowledge in the VR ecosystem, it would help if more people just put blind faith into virtual reality. I'll be completely honest. If more people just understood the appeal of literally the quote infinite possibilities, they should think about virtual reality and say, oh, I put on these goggles and it's magic. I can do whatever I want. I can go wherever I want. I can experience whatever I want, or at least it should represent that potential. But anyway, I'll stop blabbering on about VR. Actually, no, that's not true. I'm not going to. Because I'm here to let you know that our channel is probably going to start featuring a lot more VR content. You've experienced it already with my 360 vlogs, which can also be 2D content where you just like move your phone around. But also just tackling more VR games, VR reviews, just hitting the VR industry more so than we were before. I would almost say a lot more than we were before. And you've also seen it with the VR game Let's Plays that we're releasing. More members of Team Sasa will be releasing VR Let's Plays. I would really, really like it if you guys gave feedback as to like what kind of stuff you want to see in VR, who you want to see playing certain VR games, how you want to see us tackling VR games, because the benefit of VR is that if it's a Let's Play, you are seeing that human being, again, I'll just ramble about this forever, you're seeing their movements, you're seeing them go through this experience, you're seeing how their body is interacting with all these different things, so it's so infinitely more appealing to me. But there's so many different options too, like there are just walkthroughs like they do with traditional video games where it's no audio coming from us, the people doing the Let's Plays, it's just they're just going throughout, they're experiencing the entire game. And then there are sort of like commentary Let's Plays, like, aha, look at how funny I am saying these funny things in these situations, where you're just following along a character, really, on their Let's Play. Or there's more sort of orchestrated content where you make skits inside of the video games, which again, sort of with the benefit of VR, it becomes a lot easier to make machinima in virtual reality because you do whatever you want. You are acting in virtual reality now. So, and then we're obviously going to be covering VR stuff as well, which, trust us, we know that virtual reality is not quite where it's at. It's not on the top of mind for everybody, or even like subliminally or subconsciously on the top of mind, like cell phone technology and everything like that. So it's not going to pick up. I mean, Team Sasa hasn't really picked up for a while now, mainly because of time and dedication. But now we do have the dedication, and we're starting to get on a roll where we can continually produce content that you guys can look forward to. Just in the early stages of the VR content, we really want to know what people want to see to make it as impactful as possible. And as I said, the sort of VGFPs, rant views, everything like that, we're still going to be doing. There's just going to be a huge influx of virtual reality content on top of all of that. Yeah, and we would absolutely love your feedback. Tell me what you guys want to see from me in terms of Let's Play as well. Even though our Let's Play is appealing, like we're just doing it because it's easy content and it's really fun. It's like an excuse to produce and play video games, which is, come on, that's most gamers' dream right there. And so Shadow of War came out, which I really want to play. Arctica just came out. Maximus Dominus is going to be tackling those Let's Plays. And From Other Suns just came out on our platform as well. It's like a three-player cooperative, procedurally generated spatial exploring game. It sounds really awesome. And then Evil Within just came out too. And I really like the first Evil Within. So, or if there are any other games that you guys know and see that you want us to tackle. Pardon me, I did a bitty burp there. So yeah, let us, tell us all the stuff that you want to see. And I know I've asked that many times before, and I know you've told me many times before. But this is sort of like a new and recent shift. So I'll end it with that. Also, no, never mind. I won't end it with that. I need to watch other people's vlogs because I don't know if vlogs are just constantly apologizing and updating fan bases. We're getting real close there. Fan bases on our my and our activities. Do they talk about what should I talk about in vlogs? Questions, because the consistency of the vlogs has not been where it's supposed to be. Questions have sort of come to a halt, but always available for questions, baby. Oh shit, there might have even been questions this time. Shit, I'll read them and I'll upload another vlog sooner than I normally do. Promise this. As always, assassins, until fate next brings us together, and never stop playing video games, preferably in VR these days. Goodbye, everybody. Okay.